Hey, what's up? In this video, we're going to talk about your video cards and how you can get 6 or 7, even maybe 8 screens out of your computer. So thank you to Mike Miller for putting this question in. I actually answered this already, but I was like, you know what, this would make a really good video. So here I am. We're gonna turn this into a video. So Mike Miller says, I've got a question regarding your video card setup. You ultimately have 6 screens between your main monitor, main panel gauges, and then your GPSs and G5s, which is fairly accurate. How did you manage all of those connections? Are you running networked PCs or one PC with 2 video cards? I only have one video card with 4 available slots. Would like to add more myself, but not sure how or what the best way to accomplish this is. Appreciate your help in advance. Mike, so, and everybody else that may have the same question, I'll throw a picture of my setup on the screen so you can see it. But the idea is that there are 2 main screens. So I've got one big ultra wide monitor right now that's running on the main graphics card of the GPU. That is a NVIDIA GeForce 3080. As of when I bought it, there's they got 4080s, 4090s, for whatever. They've got some nicer ones out. Mine's a few years old at this point, but it still works just fine. You can't, I mean, you get up into the 3080s, you'll be future-proofed for a little bit. So I'll leave links for the stuff that I'm talking about down in the description. But what we wanted to talk more about was the GPS and the G5. They are actually just monitors, and so is the Air Manager as well. So Air Manager is running its own. That one's actually running directly off the GPU, and that is an HDMI connection. And then that one also runs, it has a USB-C and an HDMI. We want to talk about those G5s, the 530, 430, and it'll work the same if you have like a 750, 650 in there as well. So the idea there is that they're actually working off the integrated graphics from the actual motherboard itself. So they are HDMI. So 2 G5s, the 530 and the 430, they are HDMI out, but they're going into converter, like they're being converted from HDMI USB, and then the USB goes directly into the computer. And I think I've got 2 of those converters, if I remember correctly. So I've got 2 of those converters going into the computer, so it's only using integrated graphics, okay? So as long as that'll work fine, as long as you have like, low resolution, like 1080, I mean, low. It's not doing a ton. Same thing with the 530, 430. They're not doing that much. They're going to run just fine off the integrated graphics right off of the motherboard, okay? So that's how it works. So you could, the way that I've got mine set up, it's actually got that 3080 has 4 ports. I believe it's 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. So I could have right now, I could, if I had the right monitors, you could have 1 in the front, 2 on the side, so I could have a full wraparound screen system, and then still have room for the touchscreen there for Air Manager, and then still have the integrated graphics there with the USBs. So I could have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like 8 monitors running off of there. You could also use the DisplayLink technology to actually get more. And that would actually give you even more monitors if you needed to use that. You are going to lose some latency on that, and probably a little bit of graphic resolution. So I wouldn't, if you can get away with it, I would try not to use DisplayLink technology for your main graphics for what you're flying, your visuals, okay? You could probably get away with it for something else. Maybe you needed like the instructor station or something. I think that would be a great use for that, because they don't really, if you have somebody actually back there doing the instructing, watching you on the map, and throwing some failures at you or something, they don't need a lot. That does not need a lot of graphic detail there for them. So that's the answer to that question, Mike. I hope that helped. And if you guys have any other questions, definitely throw a message my way. Comment on any of my videos. Hopefully I'll see it, and if it's a good question, maybe I'll make a video out of it, okay? I'll catch up with you guys. I'll leave all the links for everything I just talked about down in the description. If you guys would like our Cessna 172 guide, resource guide, I'll leave a link down in the description for that as well. Just go down there, click on the link, grab yourself a copy of the Cessna 172 guide, and I'll see you guys in another video. Take care. Hey, if you haven't already done so, head over to EliteSimBuild.com, grab a copy of our home flight simulator resource guide. Do that thing where you click the button, give us your email address, and we will send you a copy of our simulator guides where you can get the resource list, the avionics reviews, a panel blueprint, so that way you guys can send that off to your panel guy, get all the parts and pieces that you need. You'll know exactly what software to pick up so you can get your Cessna 172 flight simulator built today.